Regular Guys Outdoors. I'm Chris, and this is my $99 17 HMR. I'm walking through my local store, and as usual I run through the hunting and firearms section whether I need to or not. In the gun rack there's a bunch of clearance signs, and a couple of them have pretty good prices, but it wasn't anything I was interested in. Then I saw this little guy. It said $99. I said, well, what caliber is that? It said 17 HMR. I said, I don't have one of those. Sold. So I picked up a Marlin model 917 VRX 17 in 17 Hornady Magnum rimfire. It's got the Marlin Pro trigger bonus. It's kind of like the Savage AccuTrigger or the Ruger Marksman trigger. You know, it's got the little dealie inside. It's got a heavy barrel, and it came with 2 magazines, 7 and a 4 rounder. So for $100, I couldn't pass it up. Now this is a real economy rifle anyway. I think they go for about $200 normally. So my first time out to the range, one of the biggest problems I found with it was that the stock is so lightweight. I mean, it's chintzy. Let's not beat around the bush. It's a chintzy plastic 22 stock, and with the heavy barrel, it was so front heavy that any sandbag you put it on, the rifle would just want to dance around and fall forward, and you know, it wasn't very steady because there was absolutely no weight back here. The point of balance was, you know, way out here somewhere. It was kind of bad. So the buttstock was just easy to move around. The slightest little thing would just rotate it around on the stock. So this is what I did to give the stock a little heft in the back end. I took a bunch of bullets that I wasn't going to load, and since they're pretty heavy lead, I filled up this gap in the back of the buttstock. Now I'm going to fill it with silicone to hold everything in place, and then put the little butt plate thingy back on. Now I've got a weighted stock. And here it is with the silicone in. Gotta let that dry. I've been tapping the stock to get everything to settle in real nice. And that added about 21 ounces to the back end here. So now she's a very stout gun. She kind of balances right around here, right around where the magazine goes in. So she settles down in sandbags a lot better now. Another little thing with this rifle was that the action screw that goes right here by the trigger guard wasn't very snug. And when you got it snug, what it did was it protruded up into the action right here on this little hole. And when you got it snug, it would go up in there and bind up the bolt. So my remedy is simply put on a washer. That'll give me just enough space to get it snug. Now another thing to be careful of is the one that goes in through the top here is dovetailed into the receiver or into the bottom of the barrel, and it falls out kind of easy, so make sure you don't lose that. So after those 2 DIY modifications, I took it to the range for the second time. Here I've got my notebooks set up just like I have my targets down here. As I'm shooting, I'm keeping track of which round is on which little dot on the target down there. So here's the results today from my $99 17 HMR. Hornady VMAX, shooting about 1.5 inches. Winchester 20 grain XTP, shooting 1 inch and then almost 2 inches. A little erratic. 20 grain CCI full metal jacket, shooting a little under 1 inch and then almost 2 inches. CCI game point, just over 1/2 inch and then over 2 inches. So I'll admit there could be some shooter error here. This one in particular, I was torquing on the rifle to keep it on the dot. I probably should have had it in a more relaxed position, but I was torquing on the stock, so that one doesn't surprise me so much. So the gun seems to shoot kind of sporadic, but it shows that there's some potential. I could probably wring out some more potential by dropping this into something like a boy's laminate stock, but then it wouldn't be my $99 rifle anymore. Maybe I need to shoot some 5-shot groups. Maybe I just need to relax more at the range. Maybe find my zen. Just relax. But it's going to stay like this for now. I can always put it in a different stock later. I hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for watching.